Hello, my beloved viewers. You may be eagerly anticipating today's shared gems. I have something special prepared that will truly delight your hearts. When you unbox these treasures, I'm sure you'll embrace them happily and consider replacing what you currently have. In this video, you will discover 220 overused words that you should replace to keep up with today's smart and trendy world. Let's dive in and make those replacements.
Begin, commence, to begin or start. The commencement of the event was well attended. They will commence the meeting shortly. Commencing the project required careful planning. The project commenced on time. End, terminate, to end or conclude. The termination of the contract was unexpected. They will terminate the old policy next week. Terminating the project was a difficult decision. The contract was terminated last month. Start, initiate, to set in motion or start. The initiation of the project took place last week. They plan to initiate a new program soon. Initiating this discussion is essential for progress. The process was initiated last year. Finish, culminate, to reach a climax or peak. The culmination of their efforts was rewarding. The events will culminate in a major celebration. Culminating their research led to significant findings. The project culminated successfully. Good, excellent, of the highest quality, outstanding. Her excellence in academics earned her a scholarship. He strives to excel in his career. Excelling in his field requires hard work. She excelled in her final exams. Bad, inferior, lower in rank, quality, or value. His sense of inferiority affected his confidence. We can infer a lot from this data. Inferring meanings from context is important. They inferred the reason for the decline. Happy, ecstatic, overwhelmingly happy or joyful. Her elation was clear when she received the news. The announcement will elate the staff. Elating the crowd, the speaker shared good news. She felt elated after the celebration. Sad, melancholy, a deep, persistent sadness. The melancholy of the song made everyone reflective. They mourned the loss of their beloved pet. The mournful tune lingered in the air. She mourned her friend's departure. Pretty, beautiful, pleasing to the senses, attractive, the beauty of the sunset took their breath away. They aimed to beautify the community park. The beautiful painting captivated all who saw it. The garden was beautified for the event. Ugly, repugnant, extremely distasteful or unacceptable, his repugnance for injustice drove him to action. They were repulsed by the unfair treatment. The idea was repugnant to most people. She felt repulsed by the violence. Big, enormous, very large in size or extent, the enormity of the task was overwhelming. They decided to enlarge the project scope. The enormous building dominated the skyline. The plan was enlarged to include more features. Small, minute, extremely small, the minute details were carefully examined. They aimed to minimize waste in the process. Each minute observation contributes to the outcome. The errors were minimized during editing. Fast, rapid, quick or fast, the rapid change in weather surprised everyone. They hoped to rapid their response time. The rapid pace of the city can be overwhelming. The situation rapidly evolved into a crisis. Slow, languid, weak or faint from illness or fatigue, the languor of the afternoon made her sleepy. He began to languish in his studies. The languid movements of the dancer were mesmerizing. She languished in bed all day. Hard, difficult, hard to do or understand, the difficulty of the exam caught her off guard. They aimed to difficult the process to improve skills. It was a difficult choice to make. He found the problem difficult to solve. Easy, simple, easy to understand or do, the simplicity of the design is appealing. They planned to simplify the instructions for clarity. The simple solution worked best in the end. The process was simplified to save time. Smart, intelligent, having the ability to think, reason, and understand, her intelligence impressed the entire class. They need to intelligize the new system. The intelligent response won her praise. He was intelligent enough to solve the puzzle. Dumb, obtuse, annoyingly insensitive or slow to understand, his obtuseness in understanding the joke was clear. They tried to obfuscate the real issue. The obtuse angle was difficult to measure. The message was obfuscated by the speaker's tone. Rich, wealthy, having a great deal of money or resources, her wealth allowed her to travel the world. They aimed to become wealthy through hard work. The wealthy lifestyle comes with its own challenges. He was wealthy enough to retire early. Poor, impoverished, reduced to poverty, lacking in resources, the impoverishment of the community was evident. They seek to impoverish no one with their policies. The impoverished conditions made life difficult. He felt impoverished after the loss. Brave, courageous, brave and willing to face fear or challenges, his courage in facing adversity inspired others. She needs to be courageous in her decisions. The courageous act saved many lives. He was courageous enough to stand up for what was right. Coward, timorous, showing or suffering from nervousness or fear, her timidity held her back in social situations. They tried to timidly approach the subject. The timorous nature of the child made him shy. He felt timorous in front of the audience. Clean, pristine, in its original condition, unspoiled, the pristineness of the landscape took their breath away. They strived to keep the park pristine. The pristine condition of the artifact amazed everyone. The beach remained pristine after the cleanup. Dirty, filthy, very dirty, unclean, the filth in the abandoned house was disturbing. They will not allow filth to accumulate in their home. The filthy streets need urgent cleaning. The room was filthy after the party. Strong, robust, strong and healthy, the robustness of the structure ensured its safety. They aimed to robustly support their employees. The robust design of the product impressed everyone. The machine was robust enough to handle heavy loads. Weak, feeble, lacking strength, weak, her frailness was apparent after the illness. They tried to feebly defend their position. The feeble old man needed assistance. He felt feeble after a long day of work. Young, juvenile, relating to young people or immature behavior, the juvenile of the species are very playful. They hope to juvenile the environment with fresh ideas. The juvenile behavior of the group was evident. The program was juvenile to attract younger audiences. Old, ancient, belonging to the very distant past, the antiquity of the ruins fascinated the visitors. They study ancient cultures to understand our history. The ancient artifacts were displayed in the museum. The ancient city was rediscovered last year. Hot, scorching, extremely hot, the scorch of the sun made it unbearable outside. They wanted to scorch the earth with their plans. The scorching heat drove everyone indoors. The plants were scorched during the heat wave. Cold, frigid, very cold, lacking warmth, the frigidity of the winter kept people indoors. They wanted to frigidly resist the harsh weather. The frigid waters were too cold for swimming. The climate had frigid temperatures last night. Dark, obscure, not clear or hard to understand, the obscurity of the topic made it difficult to understand. They sought to obscure the details for privacy. The obscure reference puzzled the audience. The truth was obscured by misinformation. Light, illuminated, lit up, made clear or bright, the illumination of the stage was stunning. They aimed to illuminate the issues in the report. The illuminated manuscript was beautifully crafted. The room was illuminated by candlelight. Happy, jubilant, feeling or expressing great joy, the jubilation of the crowd was infectious. They jubilate at every opportunity. The jubilant celebration lasted all night. She jubilated after receiving the good news. Angry, furious, extremely angry, his fury was evident during the argument. They reacted furiously to the unfair treatment. The furious storm caused widespread damage. She was furious when she found out the truth. Simple, elementary, simple or basic, fundamental, the elementary school was buzzing with excitement. They wanted to elementarily simplify the problem. The elementary principles of science are crucial to learn. The concept was elementary for the advanced students. Complex, complicated, difficult to understand or deal with, the complexity of the situation was overwhelming. They need to complicate the process for better results. The complicated machinery required expert handling. The plan was complicated by unforeseen circumstances. Funny, hilarious, extremely funny, the humor in the show kept everyone entertained. They hoped to humor the audience with their jokes. The hilarious antics of the clown made everyone laugh. The movie was hilarious from start to finish. Serious, grave, serious or solemn, can also refer to a burial place. The graveness of the situation required immediate action. They needed to grave the message in their minds. The grave expression on her face showed her concern. His words were grave and serious. True, authentic, genuine, real, the authenticity of the artwork was confirmed. They want to authenticate the document. The painting is authentic, dating back to the 1800s. The signature was authenticated by an expert. False, spurious, not being what it purports to be, false, the spurious claims were quickly dismissed. They decided to spur action on the project. The report contained spurious information. He was spurred to investigate further. Interesting, intriguing, arousing curiosity or interest, the intrigue of the plot kept the audience engaged. They aimed to intrigue potential investors. The story had an intriguing twist at the end. She was intrigued by the mysterious painting. Boring, tedious, too long, slow, or dull, tiresome, the tedium of the task made time feel slow. They wanted to tire him out with repetitive work. The tedious process took longer than expected. He felt tired after the long meeting. Safe, secure, safe, free from danger, the security of the building is a top priority. They need to secure their data from breaches. The door was secured with a heavy lock. The package was secured before shipping. Dangerous, hazardous, risky, dangerous, the hazard was clearly marked for safety. They aimed to hazard a new approach in their strategy. The chemicals were deemed hazardous to health. The project was hazarded by unexpected challenges. Loud, deafening, extremely loud, the deafening silence after the announcement was eerie. They wanted to deafen the noise from outside. The crowd's cheers were deafening. He felt deafened by the loud music. Quiet, serene, calm and peaceful, the serenity of the lake was calming. They hoped to soothe their minds with meditation. The garden was serene and peaceful in the morning. She felt serene after the yoga session. New, novel, new and different, original, the novel approach to the problem surprised everyone. They want to innovate their product line. The novel ideas presented were well received. His thinking was novel and refreshing. Old, vintage, classic, having high quality due to age, the vintage wine was exquisite. They planned to vint the old furniture for resale. The vintage clothing is very popular now. The car was vint from the classic collection. Important, crucial, extremely important or essential, the crucial moment came unexpectedly. They need to crucially assess the situation. The decision was crucial for the outcome. It was crucial to act quickly. Unimportant, insignificant, too small or unimportant to be worth consideration, the insignificance of the detail was noted. They wanted to insignify minor errors in the report. The issue was deemed insignificant by the committee. She felt insignified during the discussion. Sleep, slumber, sleep, a state of rest, the slumber of the baby was peaceful. They hoped to slumber soundly tonight. The slumbering child looked so adorable. He slumbered through the entire movie. Awake, vigilant, keeping careful watch for possible danger, their vigilance ensured the safety of the event. They need to vigilate their surroundings closely. The vigilant guards watched over the premises. She was vigilant in monitoring her health. Big, substantial, of considerable importance or size, the substantial evidence led to a conviction. They need to substantiate their claims with facts. The project received substantial funding this year. The findings were substantiated by research. Small, diminutive, extremely or unusually small, the diminutiveness of the puppy made it adorable. They aimed to diminish waste in the production process. The diminutive nature of the plant made it easy to grow. His confidence diminished after the feedback. Good, commendable, worthy of praise, his actions were worthy of commendation. They planned to commend her for her hard work. The commendable effort of the team was recognized. She was commended for her bravery. Bad, deleterious, causing harm or damage, the deleterious effects of smoking are well documented. They need to delete harmful practices from their policy. The study revealed deleterious impacts on health. His habits were deleterious to his well-being. Happy, euphoric, intensely happy or confident, the euphoria after the victory was contagious. They want to euphorize the audience with their performance. The euphoric mood lasted throughout the celebration. She felt euphoric after receiving good news. Sad, despondent, in low spirits due to loss of hope, his despondency was evident after the loss. They did not want to despond their spirits. The despondent atmosphere in the room was palpable. She felt despondent during the difficult times. Pretty, aesthetically pleasing, attractive or appealing in appearance, the garden is aesthetically pleasing to visitors. They aim to aesthetize the office space with art. The design was aesthetically pleasing and functional. The layout was aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Ugly, unsightly, unpleasant to look at, the unsightliness of the area drew complaints. They planned to unsight the clutter from the yard. The unsightly mess needed immediate attention. The building was considered unsightly by the neighbors. Stupid, obtuse, not sharp or acute, lacking quickness of perception, his obtuseness in understanding was frustrating. They need to obtuse the complicated language. The obtuse angle was challenging to measure. The issue was obtused by the details. Fast, expeditious, done with speed and efficiency, the expeditious service impressed the customers. They need to expedite the delivery process. The expeditious actions of the team saved time. The process was expedited to meet the deadline. Slow, lethargic, sluggish, lacking energy, his lethargy kept him from participating. They want to lethargize their workload for balance. The lethargic response was disappointing. She felt lethargic after the long meeting. Old, antiquated, old-fashioned or outdated, the antiquity of the artifact was impressive. They aimed to antiquate their methods for efficiency. The system became antiquated over time. The style was antiquated and needed modernization. Young, youthful, having the qualities of youth, fresh, her youthful energy was infectious. They want to youthfulize their approach to marketing. The youthful spirit of the team motivated everyone. She felt youthful at heart despite her age. Love, adoration, deep love and respect, his adoration for her was evident in his eyes. They adore spending time with their family. The adoring fans cheered loudly at the concert. She adored him from the moment they met. Hate, abhorrence, a feeling of disgust or loathing, her abhorrence for violence was clear. They abhor injustice in all its forms. The abhorrent behavior shocked everyone present. He abhorred the thought of cheating. Like, appreciate, to recognize the full worth of, I have a deep appreciation for her talent. They appreciate the hard work of the team. His appreciative nature makes him popular among friends. She appreciated the help she received. Dislike, loathe, to feel intense dislike or disgust. Her loathing of cruelty is well known. They loathe being late to meetings. The loathsome behavior was unacceptable. He loathed the idea of moving away. Easy, facile, easily achieved, effortless, the facility of the process made it easy. They aimed to facilitate communication. His facile response surprised everyone. The project was facilitated by a strong team. Difficult, arduous, involving a lot of effort, difficult, the arduous task took all day to complete. They worked arduously to meet the deadline. The journey was arduous but rewarding. She found the climb arduous and tiring. Happy, elated, extremely happy and excited, his elation was evident after the win. They were elated to receive the award. The elated crowd cheered for the team. She felt elated when she heard the news. Sad, melancholic, feeling or expressing sadness, a sense of melancholy filled the room. They mourned the loss of their friend. The melancholic tune resonated with the audience. He felt melancholic during the rainy days. Angry, indignant, feeling anger or annoyance at perceived injustice, his indignation was clear when he heard the news. They felt indignant about the unfair treatment. The indignant response surprised the organizers. She was indignant at the accusation. Scared, apprehensive, anxious or fearful that something bad will happen, there was a sense of apprehension before the test. They apprehend the risks involved in the project. The apprehensive look on her face was evident. He felt apprehensive about the upcoming changes. Beautiful, exquisite, extremely beautiful and delicate, the exquisiteness of the painting left everyone speechless. They aimed to create exquisite designs. The exquisite meal was a delight to the senses. She found the jewelry exquisite and beautiful. Rich, affluent, wealthy, having a great deal of money, the affluence of the neighborhood was apparent. They hoped to affluent their lifestyle. The affluent family donated generously to charity. He lived an affluent life filled with luxuries. Poor, destitute, lacking the basic necessities of life, the destitution of the area was heartbreaking. They aimed to help destitute families in need. The destitute situation required urgent attention. He felt destitute after losing everything. Sad, disconsolate, unable to be comforted, very sad, her disconsolateness was palpable after the loss. They tried to disconsolate him after the event. The disconsolate atmosphere made it hard to celebrate. He felt disconsolate after saying goodbye. Tired, fatigued, extremely tired, his fatigue was evident after the long hike. They need to fatigue their muscles gradually. She felt fatigued after the marathon. He was fatigued and needed rest. Bored, disinterested, having no personal involvement or interest, his disinterest in the topic was clear. They aimed to disinterest students in mundane subjects. The disinterested attitude of the audience was concerning. She felt disinterested during the lecture. Hungry, famished, extremely hungry, the famine in the region was devastating. They don't want to famine their resources. The child looked famished after skipping breakfast. She felt famished after the long journey. Thirsty, parched, extremely thirsty or dry, the parched land needed rain desperately. They aimed to parch the plants during the dry season. He felt parched after a day in the sun. The air was parched and dry. Happy, content, satisfied, in a state of peaceful happiness, her contentment was visible in her smile. They want to content the audience with good food. He felt content after finishing the project. She was content with her decision. Sad, forlorn, pitifully sad and abandoned, the forlorn look in his eyes made her sad. They did not want to forlorn their hopes. The forlorn puppy waited by the door. She felt forlorn after he left. Loud, cacophonous, involving a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds, the cacophony of the city was overwhelming. They aimed to cacophonize their sound for effect. The band produced a cacophonous mix of sounds. He found the noise cacophonous and disturbing. Scared, terrified, extremely scared, her terror was evident during the thunderstorm. They did not mean to terrify the children. The terrified crowd rushed to the exit. He felt terrified during the horror movie. Hate, loathing, intense dislike or disgust, his loathing for injustice was well known. They loathed the idea of being unprepared. The loathsome behavior shocked everyone present. She loathed the taste of the medicine. Like, admire, to regard with respect or warm approval, his admiration for the artist was clear. They admire her dedication to her work. The admiring fans applauded loudly. She admired the beauty of the sunset. Cowardly, timid, showing a lack of courage or confidence, her timidity held her back from speaking up. They do not want to timid the new members. The timid child hid behind her mother. He felt timid in the large crowd. Stingy, miserly, reluctant to spend money, stingy, his miserliness prevented him from enjoying life. They don't want to miser their savings. The miserly man refused to donate to charity. She found his behavior miserly and rude. Honest, sincere, genuine, honest, her sincerity was appreciated by everyone. They want to sincere their feelings about the project. The sincere apology helped mend their friendship. He sincerely believed in her abilities. Dishonest, deceitful, misleading or dishonest, his deceit led to a loss of trust. They did not want to deceive their clients. The deceitful actions were exposed. She felt deceived by his words. Polite, courteous, polite and respectful, their courtesy made the event enjoyable. They strived to courteous to all their customers. The courteous gesture was appreciated by everyone. She spoke courteously to her guests. Rude, impolite, rude or disrespectful, his impoliteness offended many at the meeting. They do not want to impolite their guests. The impolite remarks caused tension in the room. She felt impolite for interrupting the conversation. Patient, tolerant, accepting of different views or behaviors, her tolerance for differing opinions was admirable. They strive to tolerate diversity in their workplace. The tolerant society welcomed all cultures. He was tolerated by his peers despite his quirks. Impatient, restless, unable to rest, anxious to move about, his restlessness made it hard to focus on work. They need to rest during the long trip. The restless children were eager to play outside. She felt restless during the long lecture. Lazy, indolent, avoiding activity, lazy, his indolence affected his work performance. They aimed to indulge their creativity. The indolent lifestyle eventually caught up with him. She felt indolent after the holiday. Hardworking, diligent, hardworking, showing care in one's work, her diligence paid off in her studies. They need to diligent in their efforts. The diligent worker received a promotion. He worked diligently to meet the deadline. Optimistic, hopeful, feeling or inspiring optimism, his hope for a better future kept him motivated. They hoped to succeed in their endeavors. The hopeful candidates prepared for the interview. She had hoped for good news. Pessimistic, cynical, distrusting of human sincerity or integrity, his cynicism made it hard to trust others. They do not want to cynical about the new changes. The cynical remarks discouraged the team. She viewed the situation cynically. House, residence, a person's home or dwelling, his residence was in the heart of the city. They want to reside in a quiet neighborhood. The residence has beautiful gardens. She resided in that house for 10 years. Eat, consume, to eat, drink, or use up, their consumption of resources was unsustainable. They need to consume less to help the environment. The consuming fire destroyed the building. She had consumed too much sugar that day. Bad, detrimental, causing harm or damage, smoking has a significant detriment to health. They do not want to deter their progress. The detrimental effects of pollution are alarming. He felt detriment by the harsh criticism. Friend, companion, a person or animal with whom one spends time. Their companionship grew stronger over the years. He wants to companion his friend on the trip. The companionable dog always stayed by her side. She was companioned by her siblings during the event. Talk, converse, to engage in conversation. Their conversation was lively and engaging. They liked to converse over coffee. The conversational tone made the meeting enjoyable. He conversed with her about the project. Walk, traverse, to travel across or through. The traverse across the mountains was breathtaking. They planned to traverse the city by bike. The traversable paths made hiking easier. She traversed the river carefully. Car, vehicle, a means of transporting people or goods. The vehicle was parked in the garage. They need to vehicle their goods efficiently. The vehicular traffic was heavy during rush hour. She vehicled the car to her friend's house. Water, hydration, the process of causing something to absorb water. Proper hydration is essential for good health. They must hydrate before exercising. The hydrating drink helped him recover quickly. She felt hydrated after drinking water. Food, nourishment, food or other substances necessary for health. The nourishment from the meal was satisfying. They strived to nourish their bodies with healthy food. The nourishing soup warmed her on a cold day. He felt nourished after the hearty breakfast. Like, prefer, to like one thing better than another. Her preference is for classical music. They prefer to work in a quiet environment. The preferable option is to take the bus. She preferred tea over coffee. Want, desire, a strong feeling of wanting something. His desire for adventure led him to travel. They desire to learn new skills. The desirable location attracted many buyers. She desired a peaceful life. Need, necessity, the state of being in need of something. Water is a necessity for survival. They necessitate the use of safety gear. The necessary changes improved the process. She felt it was necessary to apologize. Love, adore, to love and respect deeply. His adoration for animals is well known. They adore spending time with their family. The adoring fans cheered for their team. She adored her new puppy. Hate, abhor, to regard with disgust and hatred. His abhorrence for violence is evident. They abhor bullying in any form. The abhorrent behavior shocked everyone. She abhorred the idea of injustice. Easy, effortless, requiring no physical or mental exertion. The effortlessness of her dance was captivating. They aimed to effort the project without stress. The effortless performance impressed the judges. He found the task effortless after practice. Difficult, challenging, difficult but rewarding. The challenge brought out the best in everyone. They want to challenge themselves this year. The challenging course tested their limits. She felt challenged by the complex puzzle. Slow, sluggish, moving slowly, inactive. His sluggishness was due to lack of sleep. They do not want to sluggish their progress. The sluggish traffic made them late for the meeting. She moved sluggishly after the workout. Angry, irate, feeling or characterized by great anger. The irate customer demanded to speak to the manager. They do not want to irate their clients. The irate response from the audience was unexpected. She felt irate after the rude comment. Friend, acquaintance, a person one knows slightly. Their acquaintance developed into a friendship. He would like to acquaint you with the new policy. The acquainted students helped each other in class. She became acquainted with many people at the event. Help, assist, to help or aid. He offered his assistance during the project. They want to assist the new employees with training. The assisting staff were very helpful. She assisted her friend with the homework. Work, endeavor, an attempt to achieve a goal. Their endeavor to improve the community was successful. They endeavor to learn from their mistakes. The endeavoring team worked late into the night. She endeavored to finish her project on time. School, institution, an established organization or foundation, the institution provides education for underprivileged children. They plan to institute a new program. The institutional changes have improved the system. He instituted a policy to increase efficiency. Learn, acquire, to obtain or gain possession of, the acquisition of new skills is important. They seek to acquire knowledge through experience. The acquirable resources are limited. Teach, instruct, to teach or educate, his instruction was clear and concise. They plan to instruct the trainees next week. The instructive video helped explain the process. She instructed the team on the new protocol. Student, pupil, a student or learner, the pupil was eager to learn new concepts. They want to pupil students in various subjects. The pupilling process is essential for skill development. She pupilled under a famous artist. Find, discover, to find out or uncover, the discovery of the new species excited scientists. They aimed to discover innovative solutions. The discoverable evidence was crucial to the case. She discovered a hidden talent for painting. Think, contemplate, to think deeply or consider, his contemplation led to a profound realization. They liked to contemplate their future. The contemplative moment was refreshing. She contemplated the consequences of her decision. Feel, sense, a faculty by which the body perceives an external stimulus, the sensation of the warm sun was comforting. They sensed the changes in the environment. The sensory experience was overwhelming. He sensed danger approaching. Need, require, to need or demand, meeting this requirement is essential for admission. They require all applicants to submit their resumes. The required materials are listed in the guidelines. She required assistance with her project. Hate, detest, to dislike intensely, his detestation for injustice was well known. They detest dishonesty in any form. The detestable behavior shocked the community. She detested the idea of losing her job. Hear, listen, to pay attention to sound, the listener was engaged during the lecture. They need to listen carefully to instructions. The listening audience applauded at the end. She listened attentively to the story. Remember, recollect, to remember or bring back to mind, her recollection of the event was vivid. They can recollect the details from last year. The recollective process can help with memory retention. He recollected his childhood memories fondly. Forget, disregard, to pay no attention to, ignore, his disregard for the rules caused problems. They do not want to disregard anyone's opinions. The disregarded advice turned out to be important. She disregarded the warning signs. Talkative, verbose, using more words than needed, wordy, his verbosity made the speech tedious. They want to avoid verbose explanations. The verbose report was hard to read. She verbosed her thoughts clearly. Quiet, taciturn, reserved or uncommunicative, his taciturnity made him a man of few words. They found him to be taciturn in large groups. The taciturn nature of the meeting was noticeable. She taciturned during the discussion. Funny, witty, showing quick and inventive verbal humor, her wit always kept the conversation lively. They aimed to be witty in their presentations. The witty remarks made everyone laugh. He witted a clever response. Angry, wrathful, full of or characterized by intense anger, his wrath was evident after the mistake. They do not want to wrath their colleagues. The wrathful outburst surprised everyone. She wrathfully confronted the issue. Scared, fearful, feeling afraid or anxious, his fear of heights prevented him from climbing. They fear the consequences of their actions. The fearful child clung to his mother. She feared the worst would happen. Busy, engrossed, completely absorbed or occupied, his engrossment in the book made him forget time. They want to engross their audience with the story. The engrossed students listened closely to the lecture. She engrossed herself in the painting. Ugly, repulsive, causing intense disgust or aversion. The repulsion was evident after the incident. They do not want to repulse their guests. The repulsive smell made everyone leave the room. She repulsed the idea of cheating. Bad, poor, lacking sufficient money to live comfortably. Poverty affects many families in the area. They do not want to pour their resources. The poor conditions of the shelter were alarming. She poured out her heart during the conversation. Right, correct, free from error, accurate. The correction improved the final draft significantly. They want to correct any mistakes before submission. The corrective feedback was very helpful. She corrected him during the presentation. Wrong, incorrect, not correct, erroneous. The error in the calculation was critical. They want to avoid incorrect assumptions. The incorrect answer surprised the teacher. She incorrect her previous statement. True, accurate, correct in all details, precise. The accuracy of the report was impressive. They strive to be accurate in their measurements. The accurate data helped in making the decision. She accurate the information before submission. False, inaccurate, not correct, erroneous. The inaccuracy in the figures caused confusion. They want to avoid inaccurate representations. The inaccurate details led to misunderstandings. She inaccurate the statement during the meeting. Angry, enraged, very angry, infuriated. His rage was evident during the argument. They do not want to enrage their supporters. The enraged crowd demanded justice. She enraged her friends with her comments. Excited, enthusiastic, having or showing intense and eager enjoyment. Her enthusiasm for the project was contagious. They aimed to enthuse their audience with the presentation. The enthusiastic response surprised the speakers. He enthused about the new developments. Nervous, anxious, experiencing worry or unease. Her anxiety was palpable before the exam. They do not want to make anyone anxious. The anxious student prepared thoroughly for the test. She anxiously awaited the results. Calm, serene, calm and peaceful. The serenity of the lake was calming. They seek to create a serene environment for meditation. The serene atmosphere helped her focus. She serened her mind with deep breathing. Friendly, amiable, friendly and pleasant. His amiability made him well liked. They want to amiable to their guests. The amiable conversation brightened the day. She amiabled herself with everyone in the group. Hostile, belligerent, hostile and aggressive. His belligerence during discussions was unhelpful. They do not want to belligerent in their negotiations. The belligerent attitude escalated the conflict. She belligerated over trivial matters. Helpful, beneficial, resulting in good, favorable. The benefits of exercise are well known. They aim to benefit the community with their project. The beneficial effects of the program were evident. She benefited from the advice given. Harmful, detrimental, causing harm or damage. His actions were a detriment to the team. They do not want to detriment their relationship. The detrimental effects of pollution are alarming. She detriment her health by skipping meals. Kind, compassionate, feeling or showing sympathy for others. Her compassion for others is admirable. They strive to be compassionate in their work. The compassionate response helped ease the pain. She compassionate with the victims of the disaster. Cruel, sadistic, gaining pleasure from inflicting pain on others. His sadism was evident in the way he treated others. They do not tolerate sadistic behavior in the group. The sadistic game was controversial among players. She sadisted her opponents during the competition. Brave, fearless, without fear, brave. His fearlessness inspired others to take action. They aimed to be fearless in the face of challenges. The fearless adventurer explored the unknown. She feared not the consequences of her choices. Honest, authentic, genuine, real. The authenticity of the artwork was verified. They want to authenticate their sources. The authentic experience made the trip memorable. She authenticated the document for the application. Bored, indifferent, having no particular interest or concern, his indifference to the situation surprised everyone. They do not want to be indifferent to their needs. The indifferent response from the audience was disheartening. She indifferent herself from the drama. Old, elderly, old, of advanced age, the elderly deserve respect and care. They aim to elder their community with kindness. The elderly couple enjoyed their evening walk. She eldered her responsibilities with grace. Small, minuscule, extremely small, the minuscule details are often overlooked. They want to minuscule the impact of errors. The minuscule changes made a significant difference. She minusculed her workload effectively. Bad, deplorable, deserving strong condemnation, very bad, the situation was deemed deplorable by everyone. They deplore the lack of action on the issue. The deplorable conditions must be addressed. She deplored the decision made by the committee. Ugly, unattractive, not appealing or pleasant to look at, the unattractiveness of the design hindered sales. They aimed to attract new customers with promotions. The unattractive proposal was rejected immediately. She unattracted the attention of the crowd. Poor, indigent, lacking basic necessities, poor, the indigence of the community is concerning. They do not want to indigent themselves further. The indigent population requires support. She indigent herself to help those in need. Fearful, apprehensive, anxious or fearful that something bad will happen, his apprehension was evident before the presentation. They want to alleviate any apprehensive feelings. The apprehensive student studied hard for the exam. She apprehended the risks involved. Dumb, inarticulate, unable to express oneself clearly, his inarticulateness made it hard to express himself. They do not want to be inarticulate during interviews. The inarticulate response left everyone confused. She inarticulate her thoughts on the matter. Terrible, atrocious, extremely bad or unpleasant, the atrocities committed during the war shocked the world. They cannot tolerate atrocious behavior in society. The atrocious crime drew widespread condemnation. She atrocitized the act of violence. Read, analyze, to examine in detail for purposes of explanation, the analysis of the data revealed important trends. They need to analyze the situation carefully. The analyzed results were published in a journal. She analyzed her options before making a decision. Right, hit the hay, to go to bed, the farmer decided to hit the hay early tonight. They want to hit the hay before midnight. Hitting the hay was a welcome relief after a long day. She hit the hay after finishing her work. Keep quiet, zip your lips, to keep quiet, zip your lips when asked about the surprise party. They want to zip their lips about the secret. The zipped bag kept the contents safe. She zipped the jacket before going out. Not difficult, not a rocket science, not difficult to understand, it's not rocket science, anyone can learn it. They want to not complicate the issue further. The scientific method is essential for research. She scientifically approached the problem. Fell asleep, tie a knot, to secure two ends together, I need to tie a knot to secure the package. They plan to tie their shoes before running. The tied rope held the load firmly. She tied the ribbon around the gift. Very kind, nodded off, to fall asleep, he fell asleep and nodded off during the meeting. They want to nod in agreement during discussions. The nodded approval was encouraging. She nodded off while watching TV. Fat, heart of gold, kind and generous nature, she has a heart of gold and helps everyone. They want to have a kind heart in all situations. The golden heart symbolizes generosity. She had a heart of gold all her life. Leave me alone, give me a break, a request for leniency or to be treated gently, can you give me a break? I'm overwhelmed. They want to give a break to those in need. The given chance changed his life. She gave a break to her friend during a tough time. Very rarely, Once in a blue moon, very rarely, infrequently, I see you once in a blue moon, so let's catch up. They want to be blue during special occasions. The blue moon happens infrequently. She was blue about missing the event. How are you? How's it going? A casual greeting inquiring about someone's well-being. How's it going with your new job? They want to how things are progressing. The going was tough, but they persevered. She went to the market yesterday. Very tired, worn out, extremely tired or exhausted. I feel worn out after the long trip. They want to wear comfortable clothes today. The worn shoes needed to be replaced. She wore her favorite dress to the party. Fit and healthy, fit as a fiddle, in very good health, she is fit as a fiddle after months of training. They want to fit in with the local community. The fiddled pieces created a beautiful sound. She fitted the new mattress in her bedroom. Mad, out of mind, forgotten or no longer considered, that idea is out of my mind at the moment. Please don't let it go out of your thoughts. The out-of-mind experience was unforgettable. She was out after the long day. Text me, hit me up, contact me or get in touch, hit me up when you're free to chat. They want to hit the target with their message. The hitting of the drums signaled the start of the event. She hit the jackpot with her investment. Very beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful or very attractive, the scenery was gorgeous during our trip. They want to gorge themselves on good food. The gorgeous sunset took everyone's breath away. She gorged on desserts at the party. Eat food, have a meal, to eat, we should have a meal together sometime. They want to have dinner at a nice restaurant. The having of a meal with friends is enjoyable. She had a healthy breakfast this morning. Scared, cold feet, a loss of confidence or hesitation, I got cold feet before my big presentation. They want to cold call potential clients. The cooling breeze felt refreshing after the hike. She cooled down after the workout. Ask your question, pick your brain, to ask someone for their ideas or knowledge. Can I pick your brain about your project? They want to pick a new route for the trip. The picking of ideas can spark creativity. She picked the right option in the exam. Lazy, couch potato, a person who spends a lot of time sitting or lying down, he's a couch potato on weekends. They want to potato at home and relax. The potatoing lifestyle can be enjoyable sometimes. She potatoed all day after a tiring week. Not sure, on the fence, undecided or unsure about something, I'm still on the fence about that decision. They want to be on the fence for now. The fencing around the property keeps it safe. She fenced off the area for privacy. Strong, vigorous, strong, healthy, and full of energy, the vigorous workout left me feeling energized. They want to vigorous exercise regularly. The vigorous debate highlighted important issues. She vigorized her routine with new activities. Talkative, loquacious, very talkative, his loquacity made him a great conversationalist. They want to loquaciously discuss the topic. The loquacious nature of the group made it fun. She was loquacious during the meeting. Big, gigantic, extremely large, the gigantic structure amazed everyone. They want to giganticize the project's scale. The gigantic waves crashed against the shore. She gigantied the drawing to fit the wall. Small, petite, small and slender, the dress was designed for a petite figure. They want to petite their furniture for the space. The petite woman danced gracefully across the stage. She petite her lifestyle for better health. Childish, infantile, childishly silly or immature, his behavior was surprisingly infantile. They want to infantilize the situation for comfort. The infantile jokes made everyone laugh. She infantilized her approach to the problem. Mature, sophisticated, developed to a high degree of complexity, cultured, the event had a touch of sophistication. They want to sophisticate their taste in music. The sophisticated design impressed the critics. She sophisticated her wardrobe for the gala. Secret, under wraps, secret or not revealed, they kept the project under wraps for now. They want to wrap the gift in beautiful paper. The wrapped package was delivered on time. She wrapped the scarf around her neck. Lucky, Jamie, pajamas or comfortable clothing, he loves wearing his jammies on weekends. They want to Jamie together for the movie night. The Jamied children enjoyed their cozy evening. She Jamied herself in soft clothes after work. Wasting time, faffing around, wasting time or being idle, he was just faffing around instead of working. They want to faff less and be more productive. The faffing caused them to miss the deadline. She faffed about before finally starting her task. Intelligent, profound, very deep or serious, the speaker made a profound statement. They want to profound their understanding of the topic. The profound silence after the announcement was palpable. She profound her thoughts in the discussion. Strong, indomitable, impossible to subdue or defeat, her indomitable spirit inspired everyone. They want to indomitable their determination. The indomitable team never gave up despite the odds. She indomitabled her fears to succeed. Stupid, imbecilic, extremely foolish or stupid, that was an imbecilic decision to make. They want to imbecilic their choices wisely. The imbecilic comments made the situation worse. She imbeciled her actions by not thinking ahead. Excellent, superb, excellent, of the highest quality, the performance was absolutely superb. They want to superbly handle the situation. The superb view from the top left everyone in awe. She superbed her efforts to achieve success. Hungry, starving, extremely hungry, the famine led to widespread starvation. They want to starve their doubts to succeed. The starving children needed urgent help. She starved herself of negativity to stay positive. Very happy, over the moon, extremely happy or delighted, he was over the moon after hearing the news. They want to be over the moon with excitement. The over-moon phenomenon is rare and beautiful. She overed her achievements with pride. Very busy, swamped, overwhelmed with work or responsibilities, I feel swamped with all these tasks. They want to swamp their competitors with offers. The swamped area became a perfect habitat for wildlife. She swamped her worries with positivity. Angry, pissed off, very angry or annoyed, he was really pissed off about the delay. Don't let that situation piss you off too much. The pissed off customer demanded to speak to a manager. She was pissed when her plans were cancelled. Very tired, exhausted, extremely tired, after the hike, I felt complete exhaustion. They want to exhaust their options before deciding. The exhausted runner crossed the finish line. She exhausted her resources to help others. Very cold, freezing, extremely cold, the freezing temperatures caused the pipes to burst. They want to freeze the moment in their minds. The freezing wind made it hard to walk outside. She froze the leftovers for later. Hurry up, chop chop, hurry up, act quickly, we need to chop the vegetables for the soup. They want to chop chop and finish the project quickly. The chopped wood was stacked for the fireplace. She chopped the herbs finely. Good luck, break a leg, a phrase used to wish someone good luck, good luck. Break a leg at your audition, they want to break the news gently. The broken vase lay on the floor. She broke the record for the fastest time. Open, unveil, to reveal or disclose, the veil was lifted to reveal the artwork. They want to unveil their new product next week. The unveiled surprise was met with applause. She unveiled her plans during the meeting. Close, seal, to close securely or to make something official, the seal of approval was granted after review. They want to seal the envelope before mailing. The sealed container kept the food fresh. She sealed her promise with a handshake. Win, prevail, to succeed or triumph over challenges, their team celebrated their hard-fought victory. They want to prevail against all odds. The prevailing opinion was in favor of the proposal. She prevailed in the competition. Lose, surrender, to give up or yield to another. His surrender was unexpected after the long battle. They want to surrender their differences for peace. The surrendered soldier was treated with respect. She surrendered her position to the new leader. Dislike, abhor, to hate or loathe intensely. I feel a strong abhorrence towards injustice. They want to abhor any form of discrimination. The abhorring behavior of the bully was condemned. She abhorred the thought of lying. Rich, opulent, rich, luxurious, or affluent, the opulence of the palace was breathtaking. They want to live opulently in luxury. The opulent banquet was the highlight of the event. She opulently decorated her home for the holidays. Selfish, rapacious, aggressively greedy or grasping, the rapacity of the hunters endangered the species. They want to rapaciously gather their resources. The rapacious behavior of the corporation was criticized. She rapaciously pursued her dreams. Generous, magnanimous, very generous or forgiving, especially toward a rival, his magnanimity in forgiving her was commendable. They want to be magnanimous in their dealings. The magnanimous gesture was appreciated by all. She magnanimously donated to the charity. Dry, arid, extremely dry, lacking moisture, the aridity of the desert is extreme. They want to aridly conserve water resources. The arid landscape stretched as far as the eye could see. She aridly described the dry conditions. Wet, moist, slightly wet or damp, the plant thrives in moist soil. They want to moisten the cake before serving. The moistening rain brought life to the parched earth. She moistened the sponge before using it. Busy, industrious, hardworking and diligent, her industrious nature led to her success. They want to industrious efforts to complete the task. The industrious bees worked tirelessly all day. She industriously managed her time.